welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for another review for Kingdom of Z. Welcome once again. If you have not kept up with Kingdom of Z, I just reviewed the official chapter 15th, and now I'm reviewing on the official chapter 16th. For some reason, chapter 15 and 16, from where I was reading Kingdom of Z before, were a little mumble jumbled. They were not actually the true 15th and 16th chapter. So finally got the actual volume. I'm reading them chapter by chapter, reviewing them chapter by chapter, because I think it's one of those series that you should review chapter by chapter. So this is the official right chapter 16 review for you guys. Okay, before anything, guys, if I have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. We're trying to reach 4,400 by the time it's May 15th. Now, if it is already May 15th and we're not there, unfortunately, we're not releasing a giveaway video anymore. Now, if we haven't gotten there to 4,400 and we're like hours away from the 15th, I believe this is releasing hours away from May 15th, then subscribe. Guys, if you want to further support the channel, you guys can always follow me on social media, or just watch more of the Kingdom of Z series videos, and quite a bit of other stuff you can watch as well. So, okay, chapter 16, what is it all about? Well, chapter 16, we get a little bit more information of what's going on in the other side, the people that were left behind. Now, remember, there was, out of the 3 thugs or 4 thugs that were in charge, 2 of them were left alive. Pseudo, who was basically, he wasn't as strong, but he was a strong fighter, I guess you can say. Pseudo was left, and he's kind of in charge of right now of the grunt work with the rest of the guys that were left behind, right? Surawatari is the other one that was left alive, and Surawatari is the smart one. He was the brains behind the whole operation, and now he's working under Miki. And Surawatari is the one giving the report to Miki. They're on the phone, and he's letting her know basically what's all going on. He says there's people that were into growing stuff, so now they have a garden, right? They're trying to provide food for the people. Where there's people that were interested in other stuff, so we're trying to figure out jobs for every single person. That way, every single person has something to do throughout every single day. Mickey makes a great point of view, and that is, if you keep them busy, you keep them entertained, essentially, then you won't have any issues with them. If you have them wandering around trying to figure out what to do, they're going to start doing crazy things. Makes sense, right? So she lets them know that essentially that's the way that he should approach the people that are left behind. He does give a report on Iwaza, and Iwaza says, he says about Iwaza, he's basically struggling to fit in. He's like, now that he's in charge, everyone kind of acts differently. He doesn't seem to be wanting to be part of the group and stuff like that. Surawatari makes a request to Miki if he can have someone else to be with him as an informant outside of the group. She said, no, you're the only one. I don't want anyone else to be doing that type of work, only other than you. He then, I guess it's not really a lie, but he then asked Miki, can you pass the phone to Sato? That way Sato can talk to Iwaza. Iwaza wants to vent his feelings out. And Miki says yes. Now, I don't know why she was very open about it, unless she already expected this to come from Surawatari. But essentially, when she passes the phone to Sato, Surawatari tells Sato, hey, before Iwaza gets on the phone, I want to tell you a few things. And essentially, he warns him about Miki. He's like, that girl is essentially, she's out for blood for certain people, right? His friends that were killed, he's like, I'm pretty sure that she zombified them, not because they were a huge threat, but because she had already planned from the beginning to zombify them. And this kind of goes hand in hand with what she was thinking in chapter 15. Because in chapter 15, we see Mickey thinking that she wants to have more fighting skilled zombies. Because with fighting skilled zombies, that at least you're promised that they'll have somewhat a defense mechanism within themselves to protect themselves. So he makes a good point. Sato is now wondering, is this true? Should I trust Mickey? I need to trust Mickey, right? I don't know. He's very confused. He's very confused. So Iwaza gets on the phone eventually, and Iwaza basically pours himself out to him and says, "Yeah, my friends don't like me. No one likes me. Only the kids like me. Everyone thinks that I'm like Mickey, and everyone thinks that I'm mean, and like I'm trying to fit in, but I just can't fit in, and it's sad, but I think it's funny just to hear him vent to him. And at the end of the chapter, essentially Sato going back to those thoughts of, is Mickey really the leader that we want? Is it the leader that we need? And I think in a way it's healthy to have those thoughts for him to be able to go against maybe what the norm is, which I think is perfectly fine. That's something you probably should do anyway. So, yeah, in a nutshell, this was actually a pretty good, meaty chapter. We know what's happening now in the other side of what now is Mickey's group. At the end of this chapter, right at the last panel, Mickey says, okay, now let's talk about what we're going to do. So, next chapter is going to be talking about maybe what Mickey's future plan is for their group, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do from their end because pretty much what they're doing now over here is a lot. You know, they're growing this group civilization. So Itadi basically is planning to overthrow Mickey at some point, and all of that can obviously be troubling and can cause a lot of problems. But we'll just have to see once we get there. For now, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Out of 10, I give this series a 7.5. Thank you guys for your love and support. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, go check out my other Kingdom of Z videos. I have quite a bit of them. Comment, like, and share again, guys. And like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.